Yes, please. Sorry, it went down unexpectedly. I thought we had 1 minute. It was showing
That's
1 minute. Yeah, please ask your
that's
question.
okay. So as you have added legal team and the
It's a
pay app
user.
team,
User. No, it's not a
yeah,
team.
the
User.
user.
Huh.
I mean, yeah, the user. So as we have not assigned any role to them,
Hmm.
will they still be able to access their uh, folder?
No, no. Just because names are same, they will not be able to access.
Okay, so we have to assign a role to
Definitely.
them.
Yes, yes. We'll have to assign a role.
Okay,
Just because the name is matching.
thanks.
This is just example. Now, legal team will not have
Mhm.
any user. Some in real environment, you won't have any user like this. If you have a
Mhm.
legal resource group, your users will be something like this,
Okay.
right?
Mhm.
These are your users. So just because even if name matches, it still doesn't mean that just because name is matching, you will get access. Okay, I'm still waiting for
Okay.
few people to join, and then I can start explaining it. Okay, we can start, guys. So I hope this is clear by now to everyone. What are these Azure Active? We don't have to learn anything in this Azure Active Directory role much. And here, whenever you are giving accesses to anyone, in this case, Iram, now as of now, we have only one subscription. So whenever you are assigning access, uh, create a user, assign them global reader. So just they can see the details. You don't have to assign global admin to them. Okay. So just assign the global reader. This is with respect to Azure Active Directory. With RBAC, what we have to do, I'll share it to you. I'll share it with everyone now. We are going to start that. Just waiting. I think 2 people are still missing. Okay, so let's start. So this is clear to everyone, guys, that what is the owner role, what he can do everything. I'm just writing it very in layman term. You guys go ahead and read the description. I can do everything means now Iram has given me owner access. Now I can add another contributor. I can add another reader. I cannot add another owner. Contributor, he can do almost similar thing as owner. He can do the same things. Reader cannot make any changes, but he can check all the things. Is this clear, guys? This is very layman term. Exact definition is given there on the portal also and in OneNote also. So is it clear about the roles?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, now let's start discussing the scope. This is very important and a little bit confusing also. So be focused, ask questions if you have any doubt. Now, I have a user, or let's take my example. Now, there's a user named Suhail in this subscription. Okay, I have owner access. Where do I have owner access? What is the now, guys? Whenever I say scope, or your interviewer says scope, or in Azure, wherever you say scope, understand scope का मतलब होता है that where is it being applied? That is the scope. That where are we applying it? Okay, at what level? So here my question is, now this user Suhail has owner access, right? We saw that Iram assigned owner access.
Mhm.
What was the scope? Where did she assign owner access to me?
RBAC?
I am.
IM.
No,
On
both are incorrect
subscriptions.
answers, guys. RBAC
Active
and
Directory.
IAM, it is just an option to go to
Active
your.
Directory.
Do we have owner role in Active Directory, guys?
On subscription, Soil.
Yes, subscription is the correct answer. Yes, subscription is the correct answer. You did not assign me a role on RBAC. RBAC, it's an option to assign the roles. IAM, it's an option to assign roles. You assigned me, Iram assigned me an owner access, right? And someone said Active Directory. Do we have owner access in Azure Active Directory?
No.
No. I know it a little bit, it will be confusing and you guys will jumble, but this is the reason I'm emphasizing on those words, and we are doing it again and again. And we will be keep on doing this, so don't worry. I'm not expecting you to understand this in day one, but concept should be clear from here. So do we have any role in Azure Active Directory? Any role called owner? No. So if I'm talking
No.
about owner, I'm definitely talking about RBAC roles. Okay. Now RBAC roles, this is just an option to assign role. This is not scope. What are the scope? Scopes are, I already told you. In fact, it is written on the notepad. What are the scopes of RBAC roles? Can someone answer? What are the
Subscription,
scopes?
resource group,
Subscription level.
resource level.
Yes, yeah, level. Whoever answered that is the good word you gave me. Scope को level समझ लो कि किस level पे apply कर रखा है. When I'm saying what is the scope, I'm asking किस level पे apply कर रखा है आपने. Subscription level पे दिया है, resource group level पे दिया है, या resource level पे दिया है. That is what I am trying to ask. But I will still use scope word because I'm sure your interviewer is not going to ask you level. He or she will use scope word. That is a technical jargon, and they will definitely use it. So you should get into this habit. But for your understanding, it is we're talking about the level कि किस level पे apply कर रखा है. Okay, so I have got the access on subscription level. Okay, the scope of the owner, it's on at subscription level. So I am as a user, Suhail is owner at this subscription level. Okay, now what do you think? Will I have access on this legal resource group? Will I have access on this pay app resource group directly, or will I have to do something else? I mean, me as in Suhail, subscription level scope, I have owner access, and now I want to see something or do something in legal group. Do I have to go back to Iram and ask, please assign me owner access, or at least contributor access, or for that matter, reader access, any access assigned to me on legal resource group and pay app resource group, or will I get it by default? What do you think, guys? I mean,
You
I
will
have
get
already
it by
shown it.
By default.
By
default.
Yeah.
Yes,
default.
and
By
I'm
default.
sure this was an easy answer because we have already seen it. You guys saw it already, right? That I was able to see all the resource groups. So if I am an owner on subscription, I'm by default owner on this resource group. I'm by default owner on this resource group. I'm by default owner on this resource group. And no matter how many are coming in future, whatever, no matter how many numbers are there, I will be owner on all the resource groups if I am owner at subscription level. Is this sentence clear? I'm breaking it up for you guys. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Now let's say that I have some
So
resources. Yes.
can there be multiple owners to
Yes.
one?
Yes. Definitely. You will have multiple owners. You will have multiple owners. Now let's talk about resources. I have resources here, though it's a silly question, and I'm expecting all of you will answer. I have resources here. Resource with, which means virtual machine, storage, network, firewall. It could be anything. Me as a global admin, user Suhail, do I have access to these resources also as an admin, or I don't have? What do you think?
You will have.
You have it.
You will have.
Yes.
You
So
will have.
this is how the hierarchy flows. If you are owner at subscription level, you're by default owner at resource group level, and you're by default owner at resources level. Is this clear to everyone?
Yeah.
Now, next user, our user named as pay app resource group, or a user which is pay app user. Now to this pay app user, I did not assign anything at the subscription level. I'm not going to subscription. I'm not going to assign anything for the subscription for this user. But I will come to the resource group and I will go to RBAC. What did I say? Where do we have RBAC? We have RBAC at the resource group also. And let me show it to you. Let's say that I'm coming to legal or pay app. I'm not going to subscription. Okay. I'm coming to pay app and I'm going to IAM. And if I click on add, you will see exact same roles, exact same details. Everything is same. Reader and owner. And if I click on owner, click on next. If I select a member, if that member is not a part of Azure Active Directory, will he appear here?
No.
Definitely
No.
not. So that is the common ground for everyone. Okay. So pay app user, add it. Now this user, it has an owner right. It is an owner, but what scope? What is the scope of the ownership? Pay app user, it's an owner. What is the what
Group level.
resource
On
group
that
level?
particular resource.
Subscription level.
Yes. No, sorry, who was that? Did we give it on subscription level, guys? Did we even go to
No.
subscription?
On resource group level.
Yes, it is on resource group level. Don't get confused. Do you want me to explain? Whoever was that, do you want me to explain it again? We did not go to subscription. Yeah.
Okay.
We were just at the resource group, and this IAM, it is under resource group. Always look at this one, guys. Upper left hand corner, this will show you the path. Where are we? We are at home. We are at resource group. Under resource group, which resource group? Under resource group, we have a pay app resource group. Under pay app resource group, we are in IAM section, which is also known as RBAC. Under RBAC, we went here and we assigned a role. Here, if we see, I have assigned a role to pay app user as an owner. And this one I did not assign, guys. How did my name appear here?
Because you have it has been assigned in the subscription.
Kiran
one.
has given you the subscription level access, and that is the reason you are appearing over there.
Yes. And if you see, if you want to see that who you have added directly and who is inheriting the access, you will see it here directly. See, it clearly says inherit. I'm inheriting access. From which scope I'm inheriting? Subscription level, which means I am
Correct.
owner at the subscription level. So if no matter which resource group I go to, the newly created resource group, if I go to legal, I move out of pay app, I go to legal. Here I have not added anyone, but my name you will directly see here. Owner, subscription level, and you're not you're not seeing Iram's name. Does that mean she doesn't have access?
No, we will have the access.
Obviously she has all the accesses. Just because that is a root account, that will not appear here. Okay, is it clear, guys, to everyone?
Yeah.
Is root account only one, Sohail?
Yes, root account has to be one. Root account is
Okay.
something which you use at the time of creation your Azure account.
Okay.
So I hope this is clear to you till now. Now the pay app user to whom we have assigned as an owner on this resource group. Okay, he's the owner on this resource group. Is he by default owner to the resources? What do you think?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. What about this resource? Is he owner to this resource also?
No.
No.
Can he
No.
see those resources? Forget owner. Can he
No.
see those resources?
No.
No, he can't.
Okay. Now I want this pay app user to be owner on his resource group. So he can be owner on resources also. It's fine, happy. But I want him to see the legal resource group. Just see. Do not add anything. Do not edit anything. I don't want him to make any changes here. But for some reason, maybe I'm planning to promote him to legal department in few days. So I want him to buddy up. I want him to see. So how can you achieve that? There are two methods. How can you achieve
Reader.
that?
You can assign the role of reader.
Yeah.
Reader, what
Let's
scope?
In subscription level?
Subscription.
In the
No,
resource group level.
No, not
Resource group
subscription level. We'll go to legal and use the role over there.
Which role?
Global
IAM
administration
role.
role. Reader.
No.
Reader.
Whoever answered
IAM
global admin,
reader.
guys. Okay. No. Whoever answered global admin role. Do we have global admin role in RBAC?
No.
No, we have only
Yes.
owner role, contributor role,
Yes, guys.
and
Do
reader
not get
role.
confused. Do not get confused between Azure Active Directory. Azure Active Directory, we are done. We won't even discuss it now unless we have a user who wants to help you with Azure Active Directory. Mostly you will deal with RBAC. There will be an Active Directory team and they will deal it mostly. Just wanted to show it to you for your knowledge. Forget the Azure Active Directory roles. Do not get confused. We are just talking about RBAC roles. So all of you are on the same page that we should assign a reader role to this user.
Correct,
Yes.
correct. Yes.
Okay. Now the only difference of opinion I heard here, should we assign it at the subscription level or resource group level? So both answers are correct. The moment I assign pay app user as a reader on subscription level, by default he will have access to all the resource groups for as a reader. And this one particularly, he will be the owner. He will be a reader for all the resource groups, including legal and future resource groups also. And he will be the owner on this one. Okay. But which is the best way you would suggest? What was my requirement? My requirement was this user should be owner on pay app and this should be reader on legal. Did I mention anything about upcoming resource groups or this may have multiple resource groups? So which is the correct approach you think should have?
It should be only the reader of that legal group.
The role will be good.
Yes.
Good.
So you will assign that user as an admin here, as an owner here, and you will assign that user as a reader here. Simple, and your task is done. Is it clear, guys, to everyone?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, now a question to you. It could be for anyone, but now because Iram, you have your subscription, so I'll put this question for you. Now I'm expecting you to create 5 users from our training batch. I'll share the names with you. What
Okay.
kind of setup will you do? So what I want all of them to see each other's work, but I don't want them to uh, delete each other's work or change each other's work, because I don't want anyone, let's say that Ejaz should not come and say, no, Sohail bhai, I created virtual machine like this, but someone else has fidget with my homework. I did not do it incorrectly. Someone, though everything will be there in logs, I'm just giving you an example. I don't want Ejaz coming back and complaining that someone has deleted something from my resource group. But I want others to see what Ejaz is doing, and I want Ejaz to see what others are doing. Okay, so what
Reader
kind of,
role.
no, could you explain it? Could you give me an elaborated answer? 5 users, user A, B, and C and D. I want all of them to do their homework. I want them to have complete access in their resource group. So what will you do step by step? Can you, I'll write the
Okay.
steps here.
Okay, so first I will create their IDs
Wait, let me write it
firstly
down. Where will you create those IDs?
under the Active Directory.
Yes, so first Azure Active Directory,
Yes.
5 users you are going to create. Above are the users. What will you do in the next?
So the next, when I give them the access levels, I will go to the IAM. First, I'll give them the Azure AD roles, right?
Which
Azure
role will you give?
Global Reader.
Global reader, yes. We do not require this, but yes, I want them to have, so at least they can see the options.
Yes.
Otherwise, global reader is also not required. Without any role also, they are okay to deal with the subscription directly. It is not a mandatory. It is just in our class, I'm giving you a global reader role, so you can check options in Azure Active Directory also. So you are giving them global reader role at Azure Active Directory scope.
Directory.
What will you do
Correct.
next? My
The next
requirements
in
were
the
that they should be able to see each other's work.
correct, and then in the RBAC IAM roles, that scope, the subscription scope, I will give them the reader role.
Subscription scope, reader to
Role.
all users. Is that you're
Yes.
saying? Okay,
Yes.
next what?
Next, I mean, they can do their own tasks with how they're creating in.
Can they?
They will only be able to read. They will not be able to do it.
But I told you that
So,
I want them to do their homework. I'm gonna assign a homework that create a virtual machine.
so contributor role
At
in
what
the
level?
resource, and the resource group.
Which resource group?
Hold on, okay, let me go there.
You're correct. I'm just doing it purposely. You will face this in your interview also. You're going correct. Just think again.
So the under resource role,
See,
sorry, resource level.
you have created 5 users. You have no, don't prompt, guys. Let her answer because she has this task to do now. Right? You have
Okay,
created 5 users. You have given them
correct,
global reader access on at Azure Active Directory, which is not
correct.
mandatory, but I want them to see something and learn. And I wanted them to see each other's work. So you went to your subscription. You added all of them as a reader. I'm happy till now. What next?
So next, I'll give because they have to create their own or they have to contribute basically. So we'll have to give them a contributor role
Contributor
as
role where?
well under the subscription.
But then they will be able to delete each other's work also. The moment you are contributor, Ajas might delete Archana's work. Archana might delete Ilyas's work, vice versa. They can break their setup. Yes, anyone would like to try? Not looking for one word answer. Anyone who can answer step by step.
So
would like to-
can I?
Yeah, Ilyas, please.
We have to create 5 different resource groups. A, B,
Perfect.
C,
Wait.
D, E, and
Create.
then we have to give them owner access.
Yes, create resource groups. Got it, Iram? You'll have to create resource groups. 5 resource groups for all the users. Okay. Okay. Now next, what did you say? Sorry, Ilyas. What kind of access will you give now?
so that
Your voice is breaking.
we need to give them owner access.
Owner
Owner
access.
access and for that resource group.
Owner access at what scope? Resource group. So the respective resource group.
level.
Yes, guys. Respective resource group. Respective resource group का मतलब ignore the spelling, guys. Respective resource group. My keyboard is a bit sticky. It doesn't take the keys well. So the respective resource group means user A, whichever resource group we are assigning to him. It doesn't necessary that name has to be same and everything, but in this case your names will also be same. For example, let's say that I'm asking you to create one user Stuti, so you will have one resource group named Stuti. So you assign Stuti at the resource subscription level as a reader, so she can see all the resources, everything, but you assign her a role owner on her own resource group. Similarly, if you go here, let's say the next user is Muzammil, you create this one user, you assign them the roles, reader role at the subscription level, but on his own resource group you assign him owner access. So whatever he wants, he can do it in his own resource group, but not outside. But he should be able to see what Stuti is doing just for the learning purpose. Is it clear, guys?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Now my question is, instead of me assigning them resource group, or instead of Iram creating the resource groups for them, she has created users. Okay, users have been created, global reader, or in this case let's say global admin or global reader, anything, because it doesn't matter at all. Role has been assigned to them. Okay, and then reader role at Iram's subscription. Now can't I simply ask them to, guys, create your own resource group and start working? Why do you want me to work for you? Create your own resource group and start deploying your resources. Is it
No,
possible?
they cannot.
Why not?
No, they cannot.
Yes, we
It
can.
is,
Because
it
they
is
do not have that access to it.
Perfect, because they have reader access. The moment I say reader access on subscription, they do not have any access. They can't do anything about it. If you want them to do it, you'll have to give them contributor access. But the moment you give them contributor access, they can start fidgeting with other resource groups also. Is this clear, guys, to everyone?
Yes.
I hope this is clear, because this is very important. Okay, now next question. I mean, we have already covered, but just want to see your understanding here. One user has two types of role on one resource group. So which one will take precedent? Same example, this one. This pay app user has admin role, has owner role on a pay app resource group. He also has reader role on that particular resource group.
We'll take the
I-
highest level of access as owner.
Yes,
Yeah.
the highest access will work, right? The
Mhm.
highest access will work. Just because he's reader at the subscription level, he's also a reader at pay app resource group, that is inheriting, but he has explicitly owner access on that resource group. So the higher access, that will work here. Okay, now the third scope which I said, it's a resource also. Now let's say that I have a virtual machine here, and I want a user Stuti to work on this machine, only on this particular machine. I do not want her to see these machines. I do not want her to see my resource group, nothing. She is an outside contractor, and I want her to just come and fix this machine, and just leave it. So what level of access will I give to her? What will be the steps if I want to give her access?
will be only reader level access, right?
No,
Not really. She wants to fix that
not
machine, so
really.
you'll have to give owner access. But what should be the scope?
Only to that particular
Resource group.
folder.
Yes. So let me show it to you. No, not by there's nothing called folder, guys. We are
I mean,
specifically sticking to our jargons. Subscription,
yeah.
resource group, resource. There's nothing called folder.
So will this be a resource
That is-
level access?
Yes, you'll have to give access to the resource level. Now we do not have any resource in Iram's subscription, so let me show you my subscription. So if I want one of you to come to my subscription, but I don't want you to see anything here, I just want you to work on this machine, just work on this machine. So I'll go to that particular resource. And where will I go then? Yes, guys, who can guide me?
IAM.
Yes,
I
similar
am.
thing, same thing.
I
See,
am
I
I am access
yes.
control.
Yeah, this applies everywhere similarly. Be it resource group, be it your resource, or be it your subscription. Same roles, everything is same. The only difference is that wherever you apply, it will get stuck there. If you apply it only on virtual machine, it will be only on virtual machine. Now look at this. On my virtual machine, I have so many contributors. This user, it is inheriting from my subscription. I mean, I did not come to this machine and applied it, right? But these are inheriting my root access. It is also showing here. And so this is how you will say it. And if you want to specifically give someone access to this one, the first thing what you will have to do before you come to this resource and everything, let's say she's not from your company. Stuti is not from your company. She's a vendor. She has the appointment. She has come here. She got 4 hours. Now she wants to work on this machine. Step by step, even from scratch, all the steps. Who can quickly tell me?
Can I try?
Yeah, please.
So first of all, she has to give access to the active directory,
Yes, create user. We call
Azure
it
Active
create
Directory,
user.
create user.
Any role will I apply here of Azure Active Directory? I've already shared the example now. We're not talking about the training, etc. We have already explained this scenario. I want her to come and work on this specific machine, nothing else. Will you give any role in Azure Active
No,
Directory?
no,
Okay,
we will not give
no
her
role needed.
any
Next,
roles.
yeah.
Then we will create a resource for her.
Which resource will you
Already
create?
with
Yeah, my resource is already there. She has come to fix
yeah,
that.
it's yeah. So my resource group I'm going to create for her.
Why will you create a resource group? Am I expecting
Because
her
she's
to
gonna
create
work.
something new?
No.
If I have a
Okay,
virtual
I'm going to
machine,
yeah.
if I have a virtual machine, does it mean I already have a resource group? Can I have a virtual
Yes,
machine
yes,
without
you
resource group?
already.
Okay, that was just a
No.
side question. By the way, resource group doesn't even come to the picture here, no matter I have or I don't have here. Okay, what will you do next? Why would you create a
So
resource group for her?
I will not create any resource group. I will come to the resources resource, and then I'm going to add her as I will give her the role,
Which role?
the access control role,
Yeah, which role will you use?
and then
Specific.
access control.
Yeah, that is option, access control. Which role? But which role in access control? This is access control option. I'm here. Fine, I'm here. Which role do you want me to
And then
give?
I'm going to add it,
Add. Yes. Which role?
and then I'll come.
Should I give her reader
Yeah, then
access?
no, I'm not going to give her reader because she's came here to fix it.
Yeah. So maybe either
So I'm
contributor
going to
or owner. This is a different
yeah.
thing. You will
Mhm.
you'll come here. You will click on add and you will see that member's name here because
Uh-huh.
uh,
It will be there.
you have already added, right? And there are group concepts also. We are going to cover that later. That instead of one user, if you want to add a group, look at this. These are groups. Okay, but you can search name here. Whatever name is here, you can search that name. Okay, like this. You can search name. There we only have 3 names, so we only directly saw those. But you can search also. Is it clear, guys?
Okay.
Now, did you get it clearly how it works?
Yes.
Yeah.
Any questions do you have, guys?
No.
Okay, before I let you go, one quick thing I want to show it to you, that instead of going to Azure Active Directory and instead of creating a new user, you can do one more thing. And you can also try this, Iram. If you want, you can try this. I leave it up to you guys, which kind of user you want to create. If I want to create a new user, and this can apply to the vendor also, the vendor which you have called for fixing your machine, you can go ahead and create a new user, or you can go ahead and invite the user. What happens when I say invite user? I'll have to give that
Email ID.
email ID of that person. Let me pick it up from our Excel. So let's say that we are assigning this role to Zamil. Do we have your email address? Have you updated? Yeah, here it is. So let's say that we are assigning this. We want to add a user named Muzammil. So I'll simply go ahead, put his email address. This could be his company address also. Now, if you remember that option which I told you that Bank of America can create a user using TCS, Kraft can create a user using TCS. This is how they will do it. If they don't want to create a user with their ID, they will create it like this. Okay, this one, you just give this name. Message, you can tell them that hi, welcome to the company, or happy to onboard you, etc., etc. We can start working. CC if someone is manager, you want to CC. Click next. These all are optional things. We are going to see this once, but these all are optional things. Don't worry. Review, and instead of create, you have invite. So the moment this has done, now this user, Muzammil, it will appear here, and an email has been shot to him. He will go ahead and he will get 2 or 3 options over there. Accept invitation, he will do the acceptance. He will have to set his password, and everything will work similarly. But the only thing is that you have options to create user. One is directly on your domain, and one is invite user. This is the difference. Is this clear to everyone now?
Sohail, is this kind of a temporary user?
No, not at all. You can have a permanent user also, and yes, you can call it. I mean, technically there is no difference, but as a business requirement, you can create your own rules that whoever is my permanent employee, they will be member, and whoever are vendor, I will be inviting them. So it will be easier for me for billing purpose. It will be easier for me for access purpose. It will be easier for me to remove them. Look at this, that user type is different. The moment you invite something, they are as guest user. Okay, and this is your member user. So what you're saying, it could be correct, but technically there's not much difference. Few differences will be there here and there, but we're not discussing that. Those are very in-depth. Active Directory team will use them. For example, if you remember, I was talking about that you can have your company name here. You can remove this Iram Naz Patel, which by using custom domain. So member can use that feature, custom domain, provided he has a certain level of access, but a guest user cannot do that. But you guys don't have to worry about it. That is Azure Active Directory's team's job. So you don't have to worry about it. What you need to know about it, there are 2 methods to create user. One is click new user, create user. The other one is invite external user. But if you are inviting the external user, password reset and everything, they will have to take care of using link and etc. They will have to do it. But for member user, you guys will be able to do it from here. So I leave it up to you. So if I reset password, look at this. This is not in my home directory, so I cannot reset the password. He will have to do that from his email. He'll get some link and etc. But for this user, I can reset the password. So I'm going to put a question here now. I can reset password. I do have that option. I can simply reset it. So I'm putting a question that what types of users do we have? So the answer is guest user and member user, or they also call it invited user or external user. These are same things. External user, guest user, invited user. This is same thing. This, if you want to see in one note, you will see it here in detail. We still have some topics pending, so the Active Directory part, I'll cover it in next session. Didn't want to confuse whoever asked the Active Directory. We have that topic, don't worry. We're going to cover that. As of now, let me just show it to you. If I have the definition written here of the guest user. If not, it's simply, it's a simple one. You can Google it if you want, or I'll share it to you. Okay, here it is. Yeah, guest user. This one you can read if you want. Okay, but I have already explained it to you, and it's very simple. You don't have to go to definition. A user which you are creating in your own domain, it is a member user. Like we have these 3 users, legal one, pay as you user, and Sohail. And this is the invited user, which is a guest user. If you want to create user as bulk user, you can create it from here. But this I am going to take in a next class, and I'll give you a task also to create a bulk user. So today I will let you know, Iram, which 5 members to be added. Once you add them,
Sure.
either let me know or update this Excel file, and then you can share those passwords directly here. People whoever name is appearing here, start utilizing this. I will assign task to you. For rest of you, I'll create a group, and then maybe by Monday, Tuesday, you guys can start creating your subscription and start adding names which you see here. As far as my ID is concerned, please assign me global admin roles in Azure AD, because I'll definitely require it. Some tasks are there, I'll have to check your work also, so I'll definitely require it. And assign me owner level access at subscription level, so I can see all the resource groups and other names whichever you see here. Sorry, assign them, create a user ID for them, create their resource group, assign them reader access at the subscription level and owner access at the resource group level. Okay, and put their ID and password here. Once that is done, this is the first task. Once this is achieved, then I will start assigning the next task to you guys. This is going to take 2-3 days, and while creating it, we already have the recording. I'll upload that recording. Check the recording, whatever we did, or watch some YouTube video if you want. And still, if it is not working, let me know. Password, OTP issues, or credit card, debit card issues, I told you when I can't do anything about it. Just keep on trying different cards, someone else's card, and eventually you will get it. In her case, luckily we got it for the first time. You may face some problem also. Okay, rename your subscription by your own name. Do that, whoever is creating the name. First I'll have to check, after this class I'll start checking whoever is continuing, only those name we are going to put here. Okay, hence I could not make the group, so we'll create that, and in this week we'll finish creating the groups, and from next session we'll start creating the virtual machine. So the task for this one is to create your own own subscription, and to create users, which I'll be putting here, give them accesses, sufficient access, reader access at subscription level, and owner access on the resource group. So this is not for all of you, only the names which are appearing here, this task is for them. And for you guys, once you get your access, try to log in, reset your password, go do some search and check other options, etc. Read only task you have as of now. Okay, I'll upload the recordings, and yeah, see you guys next week. We have a minute. If anyone has a small question, we can take that. Okay, guys, then see you next week. I'll upload these details.
Thank you so much.
So,
Thank you.
thank you, Sahil.